Hi everyone, Kim here with this week's conversation, inspirations, things that are coming up for me that I feel if they're coming up for me, maybe they're questions for you as well in a way to help support you and navigate this life that can be a little bit crazy at times, particularly if you're wanting to live a more connected and empowered life. Then we need to pay attention to all aspects of ourselves and all areas of our life. And today I want to talk about balance. And I had a beautiful sound healing and meditation with an Indigenous elder earlier this week, and we were talking about he was sharing with us about the medicine of the stingray and that it's all about balance. And I really love that visual of, when the stingray is moving through the water, it's quite graceful when it's in balance, but of course we know that it can be, quite a dangerous element if it's threatened and if things are, not conducive to a harmonious way of living. So it's a beautiful image and it's a beautiful reminder. So it had me thinking about, well, what does balance really mean for me? Because I know it's something that we hear a lot. Live a balanced diet, live a balanced life, eat a balanced diet. But what does that really mean? And so I started to look at all the different aspects of my life, or the different relationships. So my relationship with my partner, my relationship with myself, my relationship with each of my 3 children, my 3 granddaughters, my community, my business, all aspects, my spirituality, my emotional well-being. So what I came to realize, is that it's not about having this perfect balance all the time. We often think about balance, we think about scales and, really trying to get them absolutely equal. And I feel like that is actually a little unsustainable and not really achievable. So if I think about it from a bigger picture point of view, and if I use the analogy of my children, as a mother, and all my children are adults, so as a mother I still look to create a balance with my connection and my relationship with my children. But of course, of adults, they've got their own life and they don't necessarily need me in their daily life. However, I had my youngest son spend some time with us earlier at the end of last year and earlier this year, so it was wonderful to have that time with him. And my daughter has had a baby, so I've definitely been spending more time with her. And then my eldest son, who lives in Barcelona, is coming to stay with us for a couple of months shortly, so there's going to be a lot of time with him. So if I look at it as a whole over even a year or a couple of years or 3 years or whatever it is, the balance comes from me spending time with each of them at different times. So, that whilst it might not be on a daily basis, that looks like it's balanced, but overall in the big picture, it certainly is balanced. So perhaps a way, for you, for anybody that is wanting to understand or look at, is my life, or how balanced is my life? Certainly we can feel that when it gets out of balance, our nervous system is dysregulated, and we might have that sensation of rushing. We might be experiencing anxiety. They're all signs to me that life has become unbalanced. So what are some of the things that we can do on a physical level that we can certainly bring some balance into our lives, offer ourselves some balance? So one thing that I find is a really important one is grounding. So shoes and socks off on the earth. And I know that might not be always practical if it's cold or if you're in the snow or whatever, but finding a way to do that. We must remember that we are on a ball that is spinning through the atmosphere. So grounding, and we're magnetized to the earth, but if we get up in our heads and we feel like we've lost that connection with the earth, the most simple way to regain that connection and to bring our energies back down into the earth is to literally connect with the earth. Shoes and socks off on the earth, even for a few minutes every day, will help you. If you work in a situation where you're in front of a computer all the time, or you're very analytical in your work, having a break and going outside, and if it's not practical to get barefoot, though if you can, that's really great, is to really make that connection. And even, standing there for a few minutes and really feeling that energy going down through the bottom of your feet and connecting deep in with the core of the earth will really help to ground your energies, and you'll feel you coming down out of your head and back into your body, and really allowing yourself to feel into your heart space and allow that energy to come out and across east and west, and feel that connection, and then coming back into heart space again and feel the connection with the divine above, and remembering that you are the peace that's standing in the middle of all of this. And never underestimate the energetic work that we do like this. It's very simple, yet it can be very profound. And if we work this into our daily practice, that's even better. These are simple things that we can do to really help ground ourselves, to balance our lives, and to feel more empowered. Remember that we don't have a choice about what happens to us or for us, but we do have a choice about how we respond to every situation. We want to stay empowered and keep asking ourselves those empowering questions. So maybe the exercise for today could be, where do I feel I'm out of balance, or how balanced does my life feel? And sit with paper and pen, or sit in meditation and check in with your body, and your body will definitely show you where it's out of balance. It might be that you've been pushing yourself too much, and it's about coming back to stillness and spending some time in nature and just doing nothing at all and simply being. Or it could be the opposite to that. It could be that you haven't been active enough moving your body. And I don't mean you've got to run a marathon or even go to the gym. You don't have to do these forceful things to your body if that doesn't feel right for you. But movement of some kind, gentle yoga, some qigong, just getting out there and just let your body show you how it wants to move. And it's going to be different on different days. Right now, as I'm recording this, it is the dark of the moon, so we've got a new moon in a couple of days. So naturally, we're wanting to be a little bit more inward. We're wanting to be slowed down because this is the phase of the moon where we're doing more inner reflection. We're looking back at the past cycle. We look at the intentions that we set for ourselves at the beginning of this cycle, and how did we track with those? What did we learn? For me, I know that I've really had a couple of experiences this cycle about verbalizing things that didn't feel completely in harmony, in balance for me. So speaking up, which, I don't like telling people how to live their life. In fact, that's not my deal at all. I'm here to encourage people to remember the power they have within themselves. So if something occurs that doesn't feel right for me, I tend to sit with it for a while. But one of my, slight mm, less powerful ways is I might sit with it for a little bit too long. So I've had two experiences this cycle where I've actually needed to speak up about something to get to the resolve, to get clarity around something that was actually felt quite out of balance for me. So whatever it is for you, your journal is a really great companion. It's your best friend. You can share everything unedited in your journal, and ensuring that nobody else gets to see that. That's for you, for your own processes. So using your journal, check in with yourself. Where where am I in balance? Where do I feel I'm out of balance? What do I feel I could tweak, that I could add more of? Quite often, we might be giving. If you're sensitive people, and if you're listening to this, you probably are. So you're a very compassionate, giving person. Are you allowing yourself to receive, to bring that balance? Or are you giving beyond what is really healthy for you? So maybe just bringing that back a little bit, and nurturing, taking care of you a little more. So I hope that really serves you. I'd love to know. I don't have all the answers. I just have the inquiry and the curiosity to learn more about myself. So please share any insights that you have around, what does living a balanced life mean for you? What are the important things for you in your life? And make sure you're having fun, because that is the point. We're here to experience this human experience, right? This life that we've been gifted with. So you deserve to be as empowered and as supported as you need to be or desire to be. And let's see what this balancing energy feels like for you. All right, everyone, that's it for this week. Take good care of yourself. Spend some time reflecting on the cycle that's passed, and I'll connect again soon.